Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today. We're going to talk about what I think is one of our most productive and obviously based on attendance, one of our most sought after webinars, which is Social Security claiming and how to learn more about Social Security claiming, how to assist your current clients and potential clients with that, and how to actually develop new clients through expertise in Social Security claiming. So it's a good webinar, a lot going on right now, and a lot of opportunity, I think, in the marketplace in general. And Social Security claiming and the seminars that we do associated with that have been over the past 12 years are certainly our most productive seminar subject. So we know that the clientele are the people that we want to talk to. That 55 and 60 and older group is certainly very interested in learning more about the opportunities around Social Security claiming, and more and more that group is I think moving to a place where they feel more comfortable or looking for a safety and guarantees and some of the things that they are counting on for retirement as well. So it's a great combination of times. Got a little interest rate bumps going on as well. Never has there been as much interest in Social Security claiming as I see right now, and seminars associated with it. Of course, the fact that we can do seminars is a big part of that as well. So, and we have a good webinar today. Our guest speaker is Dave Pimper. Dave is the president of Lazarus Coaching and also a regular producer in his own right. As many of you know, you've been on webinars with us in our top producer series in the past, whether it's at academies or via webinar. And it's nice to deal and be working with someone that does the same thing that you do every day, so that they know what the challenges you're having today, not challenges you may have had 2 or 5 years ago, but challenges that you're running into today. So very, very important. Dave's got a lot of experience, a little over 500 seminars that he has done in front of groups, which is a really high, an astronomical number, really. And about 13 years working with Social Security claiming now, and does works on some of that expertise through his radio show as well. So well-rounded. We're going to talk today about a couple of things, kind of pre that. I want to make sure. By the way, my name is Steve Murray, president here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I get to do these with Dave. It keeps me keeps me grounded and in the mix and doing the thing I like to do most, which is working with producers. So I really love that. We're going to talk right now about new producer builders. You can see before you what I would say about new producer builders. The opportunities there for you is that if you look at them, you'll see that a lot of them are centered around ways that we can help you further grow your business. But there are some that are truly just incentives, whether it's a cash incentive or a Ritz-Carlton travel incentive. A lot of different things that we can do for you. The key is that if you don't see something on there that you think can help you grow your business, or some other type of way that you'd like to be rewarded that has a similar financial value, we're certainly open to that. Our goal there is to do something that incentivizes you and helps you grow your business. So if we can do that, we'd love to. Also want to make sure that you're aware, these are two simple programs. Just looking at our list of attendees, I'm guessing that many of you are probably aware of these. So one is, when you refer an agent to us, and we call it the referred producer money, we'll pay you cash. It does not affect what your referee receives from us at all. And so don't be at all concerned or think that you have to worry about, hey, whoever I referred to you then is not going to be eligible for something. That's not the case at all. They get everything that's available to them, which is the same that's available to you. All of our incentives, all of our programs, our academies, whatever, that would all be available to them as well. If they do business, we pay you a bonus based on the business that they do for as long as they're doing it with us. So it's a way to kind of agency build, if you will, but without the trouble and the financial liability associated with agency building, and we do all the work. So it's just a way that you can kind of carve a little off the top bonus from IAMS to you. We also do a marketing reimbursement plan, and you can see how that works. The bottom line is that when you do business with IAMS, we put money in your marketing reimbursement account. And then when you spend money to grow your business, anything you do marketing wise to grow your business, we're going to match that spend. So it kind of doubles the value of your marketing dollars. And for some of our producers that do regular business, there truly has never been a point where they were spending money to grow their business, which that we did not match that spend because they do enough business to keep that flow going. I mentioned academies a second ago, and so we're kind of back. We were out of being able to do academies for a couple of years, and so we're back in it with a passion right now. We had one just a couple of weeks ago. We'll have one in June. We're probably going to do one in September, likely to do one in late October. As many as we can fit in, we're going to do because they are highly sought after, as you can imagine. If you look at the screen and some of the things that we talk about and who talks about them, it is a sales and marketing academy. We're going to talk about what's going on in the industry that you need to be concerned about from compliance and regulatory. We're going to spend some time on that. We're going to spend some time on products, of course, things that we think you ought to know about products and how we can help you there. But mostly what we're talking about is, putting you in front of folks that can get you more prospects, putting you in front of folks that can help you, from, agency management, growing your business from that standpoint, putting you in front of folks that make, seminars and radio available to you. So try to do a lot of things to help you grow your business. We've been doing this for 36 years here at IAMS, and what we know better than many of our competitors that maybe look at that relationship differently is that we're 100% about helping you get to where you want to be in your business, because your success really in the end, we get to share in that. And it's fun, it's a great opportunity for businesses to grow together. And whenever you have a situation where, somebody is looking at you and saying, hey, how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you? And giving you things that maybe some of your other folks that we've worked with for years have found successful. It's just a nice way to watch your business, to pick and choose how you want to grow your business and then watch it grow. So we're always looking to help you with that. I'm going to throw up, I don't know, I think I have the Academy poll here. I'm going to throw this up because, as I mentioned, we've got a lot of them coming up. We do take care of your expenses, by the way. So if you need to travel in for one of our academies, we're probably looking at doing one here in Omaha. We have one in Des Moines. We might be looking at doing one down south, and then maybe another one in Des Moines with a carrier here later in the year. So we have multiple timing and multiple locations. If you would like to have us give you a call when we're going to be doing one and see if it fits into your schedule, then put yes on that poll. And then what we'll do is we'll send you a registration link, and what you're doing there basically is saying, hey, yeah, I'm interested in coming to one of your academies, so that we know that when we have one coming up, we should give you a call and make sure you're aware. So if that's something that you would like to do, or something you would like to potentially look at doing, whether it's this year or early next year, please put yes on that. If you have a question, or maybe you've been to one in the recent past and maybe want to come to another, I certainly understand that. We do, there's always new ideas and new vendors that we work with, that we're putting relationships together with, that come to those. I understand that. That being said, we want to give as many people a chance as we can. We are going to take care of your travel. We'll take care of your hotel, and your meals while you're here. So it really, the cost to you is just time out of your office. I don't know if you all can. Oh yeah, I see. You can see the poll. It's okay to put no. Right now, we've got relatively, probably about half of you have voted at this point. If you can hit yes or no on that poll, I would appreciate it. And it's okay to hit no, and by all means, if that's not something of interest, or maybe you have been in the last couple of years and this isn't a good time for you, I understand that as well. I'll give you just a minute to do that. And I see a couple of you are not able to vote because you're just on the audio portion, which is fine. If you have interest in coming into Academy, give your sales director a call, or give me a call, or anyone here, and just say, hey, send me out the registration information, and we'll get that right out to you. Okay, thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and close that poll out so we can get moving along. I know we've got a pretty full agenda here this morning. Um, m- we're about to the point where most of the business that we do now is on e-app, and obviously that was accelerated through the pandemic, through the COVID-19 limitations of seeing people. A lot of people move to e-apps, but some of you have not. The benefit of so many folks now doing e-apps is that process is becoming more and more streamlined. We were fortunate here at IAMS a couple 3 years ago that we actually did a single sign-on for the platform Firelight, which most annuity carriers use. So now you can come just to our website and do an e-app with most of our annuity carriers, anybody that's on Firelight, which is most of them. So it's a really, really nice feature. Saves you a lot of time in going from website to website. It also allows you to, maybe do two apps with two different carriers without having to re-input all that information. You just do basically a cut and paste and move all that information across to a new application. And most people are like, well, I don't want to do that because now my clients have to get an e-app, you don't have to. You can do most of the application, all of the application, but the signature, and then print it out, have your client sign the paper, which I know for some that I don't think that's the best way to do it is via an email, and I certainly understand that. So you can do that's been perfected now as well. So in that way, you've always got the right forms and you've always got everything filled in, and it looks really professional, of course, because it's typed in. So that's a great way to do business. We can help you if you haven't gotten signed up and you want to on our website. I hope you give your sales director a call to sign up. Literally takes about 3 minutes, and we can help you through that. We have to approve it, which means we just go through and check and make sure you're appointed with IAMS. But as far as the actual sign up process, it takes about 2 minutes, and then you'll get back an approval usually within an hour or so. Keep that in mind. And if you need some help with that, call your sales director. As I've talked about our creative team a little bit. I would talk about them a little bit more here. There's just so much that they can do for you, and I would prefer for you all to think of them as like your personal advertising agency. So they can do a lot for you. They'll do what they can for you at no cost or at as little a cost we can. That's for us. That's the benefit of having. The reason we have folks like that here is to help you grow your business. It's not obviously a way for anybody to make money, but it's just a way to help you grow your business, help you make money, and that's how it works for us. And so, if you need their assistance, or maybe there's something you have a question on, talk to your sales director and say, hey, what can they do for me, or can they do this for me? And if there's any cost at all, but we can do your websites, we can help you with the Facebook marketing, we can help you get Facebook set up on a corporate level. There's a lot of different things they can do on a digital platform. Then there's still all the stuff that gets done. There's a really still a high value to the hard marketing stuff that you do, and getting brochures and mailing, stuff that you can put in the mail to your clients as a reminder. And there's just a lot that they can do to help you grow your business, and hope you'll take advantage of that. It's a service available through IAMS that is strictly designed to help you grow your business. The Retirement Analyzer, we make this available. This is a software tool that we've worked with for about the past 17, 18 years now. Thomas Gold Solutions put it together. Many of our top producers use it now. Certainly a lot of A, B, C level clients that are looking for a more full planning approach to what you do for them. This is a great tool to do that. The reason we like it is the input for you compared to the output for your client is relatively simple and easy to do. It's never good. I mean, it's still a matter of you got to have the right information in to get a good plan out, but they've made it relatively easy to do that. And plus, they do a great job with their training, and they have some additional features and additions beyond what we pay for you that you can add on. It can help you grow your business further and be more efficient. So if you have interest, give Marcus a call. You can see what you could solve there for, and you can get an idea of what some of the reports look like. But if you have interest in that, give Marcus a call. He'll send you out a link. You can try it out. As long as you're doing business with us, we'll take care of it for you forever. Even if you're just getting ready to rolling or thinking about doing business with us, when you have a peek at it, you want to take a look at it for a little bit, we can make the link available to you so you can try it out as well. We had a great wealth management firm, RIA, IAMS Wealth Management. If you haven't looked at that part of your business, or maybe you are thinking about it, hopefully you'll consider IAMS Wealth Management. The way that they're different is their payouts are a little better, I think, than most RIAs. And the reason is they don't put it through a grid. So you get 100% of the payout, which is a little over 1%. So there's no 90% of that or 80 or 70% of that. You get all of that. And also their fees. You got to have fees because they do the compliance, but they also include in that a database for you. A website is included in the fees, and they do a great job with assisting. We've worked. The IMS Wealth team works with folks maybe that a lot of times their initial background is insurance. They understand that producer and they understand how to help them grow that part of their business. So if you're thinking about maybe getting your investment advisor registration, certainly give them a call or give your sales director here a call. We'll put you in touch with them. As you all may know, we were planning to do a cruise to Italy that included some stops in Montenegro and Croatia, and then eventually in Venice. Unfortunately, Venice is not taking cruise ships right now, or very limited cruise ships. And then with the Croatian ports got canceled with the upheaval in the Ukraine, along with Montenegro. And so we had to make a change in our destination. We went strictly relatively, I guess, speaking, local. And we're going to go to the Greenbrier. If you've ever been to the Greenbrier, you know it's a great spot. We did lower the qualification from 4.5 to 4, and we added some various levels of qualification. So the top 3 will have better accommodations. The top 10 will have better accommodations in the top 20. We'll have a tag trip to DC to go with that, and then the top 40 will get an extra day. So there's all kinds of levels to qualify at. We'd love to have you join us. It's very, very attainable. You could still qualify through the end of June. Okay, let's get to the main event. I really rambled on longer than I intended to because this is such good stuff, and I want you to get the latest and the greatest information from the coach, Dave Pimper. Dave is long, as I mentioned at the outset, a long career in the financial services industry. He's been working with Social Security claiming for about the last 12 years now, so really has gotten a high level of expertise. I've never asked Dave a question about Social Security claiming that he couldn't answer. Now, I'm guessing that that's probably happened, but if nothing else, he always knows where to find the information. And real key there is that Dave is, his marketing prowess and expertise developed over 40 plus years in the business from somebody that puts a lot of emphasis on marketing. Is just it's very key. And so you've got a great producer who's a great marketer with a lot of experience. It's just hard to duplicate that, and can be a great assistance. He's been a great assistance to many of our producers. He can be a great help to you. And today he's going to talk about maximizing Social Security, go through some of the highlights and high points of the things that that maybe get you by 60 to 70% of the questions he'll review here today, and then we'll talk about how you can get to where kind of the 100% or 101% level of being able to help your clients with Social Security maximization. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to the coach, Dave Pimper.
Thank you very much, Steve, and I appreciate those kind words. My name is Dave Pimper, and I'm a producer. So I'm a producer just like you are and have been since 1981. So 41 years in this business on July 9th. And for the last 11 years, I've had an expertise in Social Security claiming. Most advisors don't. So only about 1 out of every 20 advisor, that's 5 out of 100 advisors, truly understand Social Security inside and out. And does it take a little time to do that? It does. But I will tell you right now, the more you're working with, quote, Social Security, the more questions that you have that people with Social Security, the more that you can actually answer and really put yourself in a situation of uniqueness compared to other advisors, in your community. So I have on this, which is interesting, I say, why you, the advisor, should understand Social Security. So I think that's extremely important. Get a load of this. This comes from CNBC. Most retirees get little advisor help on Social Security. And I'm going to read this. A majority of older Americans get no professional advice about a key part of retirement planning, Social Security. Now listen, even if they work with a financial advisor, a recent study concluded, really puts you into a unique situation. This is a test. It's a test truly only 1 out of every 300 seniors could ace. And I would say that is probably 1 out of every 40, 50 advisors could ace. So let's go in, take this quiz with me. Okay, really, truly. Let's take the quiz together. Okay, see how you do. To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? What's the answer to that? To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? The age is not full retirement age, but age 70. That's if you're single, you maximize it at age 70. So it's age 70. Second question. What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? Age is 60. Third question. Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Yes or no? Yep. Fourth question. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Yes or no? Yes, they can if four stipulations are met. What are those four stipulations? If you answer two of the four, I'm going to give this question right to you. What are two of the four stipulations that have to be met for divorced spouses to receive spousal benefits? Well, the first one is married at least 10 years or longer continuously. Second one is unmarried. Now, that's not the ex one taking the benefit. Third one is ex-spouse is at least 62. Lastly, divorce happened 2 years ago or longer. If you got two of those four answered yes, I'm giving that question to you as a yes. Correct. Last question. Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you are divorced? Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you are divorced? Yes or no? Yep. And again, I'm going to give it to you, but those four stipulations. So how'd you do? I mean, if you got them all right, you're a sharp cookie. If you didn't guess on it, but you knew the answers, yeah, you know Social Security. Even if you got four of the five right, you're sharp. If you got one, two, or three, which I know that a lot of you did, if you took the quiz, yeah, you need help, and we can give that to you. I say we, mean I am said myself, Insurance Agency Marketing Services. So what happens is we do it in three different ways. One is two of the ways you can get it paid for by marketing. One is Social Security seminars, which the last campaign I did, 2 seminars, I got 14 set appointments. That's pretty darn good. I'll let you know. I've got 3 appointments this afternoon. So I've had 4 appointments, and 2 of them are going on and found money, and I've got 3 more appointments today. So hopefully I'll find 1 or 2 more. So yeah, it's going to be a very good seminar. But we coach you up on 3 coaching sessions. I am space for that. They stipend me. There's no cost on your part. Those seminars run $2,750 each, and they guarantee 35 signups. They guarantee 35 signups. Second thing is Retirement Boss Radio, being your own radio host. Yep. Our show recorded. Cost is normally all in between $3,000 and $4,000 the radio time, production, call center. But boy, it's you get a lot of good leads from it. But we coach you up in Social Security there, or just a la carte. The third way is no marketing, just $800. I coach you up on 4 sessions to learn Social Security. So 3 different ways. 2 are paid for, and 1 is not. It says doing this one thing with your Social Security can mean losing $100,000 in retirement. Who wants to lose $100,000 in retirement? Not me. By Janet Herron from USA Today a couple years ago, 3 years ago. Bullet point 1, how much does claiming Social Security at the wrong time cost you? Bullet point 2, get over this. Retirees will lose an average of 111,000 in income per household over their lifetime because they took Social Security benefits at the wrong time. Number 4, overall, only 4% of retirees took Social Security at the financially optimal age. That means 96% did not. And it isn't just as easy as waiting to the age of 70, especially if you're married or survivor or divorced. Social Security's been around for a long time, since 1935. 65 was the only age you could originally take Social Security, but that changed. In 1961, you could take it as early as 62 at a discount, and then a few years after that, then you could take it later, waiting as long as age 70. Now, cost of living started in 1975 on an annual basis. There's only been 3 years there hasn't been a cost of living raise. 2010, 2011, and 2016. Today, what is the cost of living? 5.9% on COLA for Social Security. Inflation actually has gone up since that came out at the beginning of the year. First taxation in 83, second taxation in 93 can be up to 85% of your Social Security as tax. There's always 15% that is not. The Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015, that was the last major reform. They phased out file and suspend over a 6-month time period in 2016. Restricted application will be phased out completely in the year January the 2nd of 2024. So we still have, a little less than 2 years left on that. Is Social Security important? You darn right it is. 59% of all retirees consider Social Security as their major source of income, not 401ks, not pensions. 3 ages and dates are important to Social Security. Age 62 is the earliest you can take at a discount. Age 70 can wait as long and get it at an increase. And depending on when you were born, age 66 or 67 is your full retirement age. Okay? Can Social Security have a huge value? Yes, it can, if you claim at your right time. Not the right time or a right time, but your right time. Ran a surplus in 2020. 2021 year hasn't come out yet. Should the next month or two. $2.0 trillion in the trust fund. But there should be a $30 to $35 million deficit, I think anyway. That's what it's sounding like, with all the people from the pandemic taking, retirement early. So would the trust fund run out of money? Yes, it would. In about the year 2034, according to the trustees of the Social Security Administration Department. And some people think that, hey, if a benefit and the trust fund goes bankrupt, that you wouldn't get anything. But that's not true, because the trust fund, the trust fund is paid for by payroll taxes. The majority, some is taxation and some is interest on the bonds and IOUs. But what happens is it's going to run out of money, but still it's a pay as you go. That 6.2% payroll tax, the 6.2 your employer pays, that pays for nearly 78% of the benefit. So there would be a reduction of the benefit, but it wouldn't go down. And that doesn't concern me, because there is going to be some changes. Okay? Now, how could they change it? It's going to be through some kind of tax or some kind of raising in age. Depending on your party affiliation, if you're a Democrat, normally it's going to be more taxation. If you're a Republican, the age makes a difference. There'll be some kind of compromise there, but they will change it. Is it a pay-as-you-go system? Yes, it is. Does the government issue IOUs? Yeah, they do. They sell those bonds out and they issue them with IOUs, full faith and credit. Same thing that backs the currency in your pocket. Okay? So that currency in your pocket isn't backed by anything hard, not gold, not silver. It's not a Ponzi scheme by any means. Figuring out your Social Security is a lot of spinning plates here. You need 40 quarters of coverage, or 40 credits they're called. Each one, you have to make $1,510 in 2022. $1,510. That gets you a quarter. You can have up to 4 quarters every year. Can't get more than 4 quarters. There's only 4 quarters in a year. So if you have the minimum benefit 1510, you have to make $6,040 to get 4 quarterly credits or 4 quarters of coverage. You need 10 years of those. They don't have to be continuous. You just need 10 years. If you have 39 credits, not 40, is it prorated? You get it all, you get none. What do you think? It's not prorated. You get nothing. So the earnings over your working career, the more you make, the more you get. Up to every year there's a limit. Like this year it's 147,000. There's no more Social Security paid in after 147,000. What age are you going to start your benefit? Earlier you start it, the less it is. The later you wait, up to 70, the more it is. They take your 35 highest inflation adjusted years. That was the question that really got me into this. My brother asked me, how many years do they figure with Social Security? I thought it was like a pension. I said 5. He calls me back the next day and says, Dave is 35. He shamed me into learning Social Security, which I do. Cost of living this year is up to 5.9, highest in 39 years. FRA stands for full retirement age. If you're born from 43 to 54, your full retirement age is 66. Stair steps 2 months up to 1960 and later born, 67. Newborn born today, full retirement age for Social Security, 67. Depending on when you're born, but if you take it 62, the earliest you can for an individual, what happens is it's going to be discounted anywhere from 25 to 30%. It's a big deal. If you wait longer, like I'm just into my first full year past FRA. I'm 67. I'm going to be 67 in 2 months and 1 month. That's my full retirement age. I just grew mine a guaranteed 8%. Well, if you take 8% and add the 5.9% cost of living, that goes to everybody, whether they're compounding or taking. What's interesting is that I have a good benefit, about a $300 benefit at full retirement age. By waiting 1 year, my benefit just went up over $400. They can't take that away. Over $400. It's like a mini pension. Like a mini pension. It's incredible. If you have any questions, type them in. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Okay, here we go. So, spousal benefit. In this example, Dave's PIA, that stands for primary insurance amount, which is your amount at full retirement age, is $2,400. Amy's PIA or primary insurance amount is $1,000. Dave takes his, Amy takes hers. Dave gets $2,400. Amy has the option. She can take all of hers or half of Dave's. Which one is she going to do? Half a Dave's, $1,200. In the eyes of Social Security, she gets a $1,000 individual benefit and a $200 spousal top up. That's how Social Security works with the spousal benefit. It's done automatically. Divorce spouse benefits, tons of those are left on the table. But here, remember the 4 things? Remember those 4 stipulations? Yeah, here's the 4 stipulations. Marriage had to last 10 years or longer. Second thing is you're currently unmarried, not your ex, but you are. Thirdly, your ex is at least 62. And lastly, that the divorce was at least 2 years ago or longer. If it is, you can use your ex as if you're still married to them in the eyes of Social Security. Why is that important? Because there's many more claiming options with married than there are single. There's 567 claiming options with a married person, much less for a single. Does that guarantee you'll make more money being married? No, but you have a lot more options too, no doubt. Survivor benefit. My wife Amy said that no one gets out of here alive, and that's so true. So in this scenario, Dave and Amy are married. They're both over full retirement age, so notice this discounting. Dave's benefits $2,000, Amy's benefits $1,200. Who normally dies first, the guy or the gal? The gal. Normally lives longer than the guy. The guy dies first. You know why that is? Because he elects to. It's a joke, so don't get mad at me. It's a joke. Dave dies first. Amy's got her option. She can take all of her benefit, not Dave's, or drop hers and take all of her husband's benefit days. What's she going to do? Absolutely. Going to drop hers and jump up $800. She can't get them both, but that's $800 more dollars in her pocket. Has to be requested. She doesn't request it, she doesn't get it. Now remember also with survivor's benefits, you can still file and suspend on a survivor benefit. There was a lot of confusion on this when they came out with this rule back in the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015, implemented in 2016. But yes, you can. You can take the widow's benefit and let yours grow all the way to 70. You can even take your benefit and let the widow's benefit grow. Doesn't earn delayed retirement credits after 60, but you can let it grow. Pretty cool. Coordinating spousal benefits. This is restricted application doesn't happen very often now, but you have to be born before January 2nd of 54. So you got to be 66 years and 4+ months. If you're not, then this won't come into play. So it doesn't come up nearly as often as it used to. All you're doing here is the lower one's taking hers, Dave's taking the higher one at a later date, like waiting to 70. In the interim, he can take a spousal benefit of half of Amy's. That's $500. That $500 is free money. There's still about a year and 9 months left, or 8 months left. We can, if it comes up, so it could still be worth almost 10 grand of extra free money for the client. It used to be much more prevalent. This is an amazing slide. What the Social Security personnel can and cannot do. So Social Security shops are opening up again. Whether you talk to them on the phone, by email, or by an appointment face to face, they can give your highest benefit that you're entitled to now, but they cannot give you advice. When's the last time you saw a Social Security workshop given by the government? Can you say never? Because that's the answer. They can't. They can't give advice. We can. We can do it day in and day out. My last Social Security seminar, we got 14 set appointments. This comes right from the program's operational manual systems, which is their guide of what they can say to the retail public. Look at D. Provide enough information so that claimants can make informed choices, but do not give advice. Look at C. Do not ask questions, i.e., worded in such a way to suggest the proper or desired answer. No, they can't give advice. We do. Is Social Security a standalone income stream? Yes. I consider it the most flexible of all 5 income streams. Remember I said claiming at your right time can be paramount? And when you figure out the break even, you should consider your survivor benefit in that also. It's not fair if you don't. Here's the 5 pillars of income: working wages, part-time, full-time, pensions. The income producing property, this is assets where you can pull an income from. That's where we help people. That's where we make our money. The 401k rollovers, the 403b rollovers, thrift savings plan, IRAs, Roth, brokerage accounts, cash value life insurance, all of that. We get all of that to really find out when the best time for them to take Social Security. RMDs, yeah. The RMDs are now at 72, up from 70, and with Secure Act 2.2, which just passed the House at like 414 to 6 on the vote, and I'm sure the Senate is going to pass that. But actually, next year it'll be 73, January 1 RMDs, and then 9 more years later, RMDs will be at 75, which really helps the American public. Cool. Lots to consider before you claim. I mean, there's all kinds of claiming options. So remember, we coach. Social Security is powerful. I mean, it's just powerful. You can learn it. It's paid for by Seminar Marketing. That seminar costs $2,750, guaranteed to get 35 signups. Retirement Boss Radio, you get 3 Social Security sessions. IAMS pays for those also, stipends me to coach you up. Doesn't cost you a thing. Our show normally run you all in $3,000 a month, or 4 Social Security sessions for for $800. I mean, if you don't want marketing, you don't want any more qualified um, appointments set for $800, I will coach in any of those three. You can use me as much as you want within reason as a resource during and after our coaching sessions. There's an old saying, it says, procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice this. Perhaps I'll stop. Well, tomorrow never comes. Yeah, people who take action are the ones who are the most successful. Steve, are you there? I'd like to go in and put up the slide, and we're done a little bit earlier than normal, but he's going to be putting up a slide if you'd like to go in and you'd like to have a consultation with me for 15 or 20 minutes talking about maybe how Social Security could go in and could help your business. So when that slide comes up here shortly, he will go on in and you can mark yes on that. And while we're waiting for that slide, Steve, are you there? I think he is now. While we're waiting for that slide to come up, I'm going to answer one of the questions. The question was, what is the cost of the Social Security seminar that you talked about? Yeah, it's $2,750, and that $2,750 is all inclusive. It's the guarantee there is that you will get 35 sign ups or more, and with those 35 sign ups, um, or more, you get the PowerPoint presentation. You get 3 coaching sessions from me on coaching you up on Social Security. We handle everything right here at our office, so we do all the legwork. All you got to do is find the library to have it at. We coach you up at Social Security. So yeah, that is a good question. Here's another question too. They said they've never figured. Well, basically, I'm ad-libbing this, but they've never figured out how to transition from Social Security to the actually, getting the money itself. Well, I work with the pre-retired and just retired crowd. I mean, that's when we have a Social Security workshop, that's who we're talking to. We're talking to people who are normally 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, late 50s, about 67, 68. And what happens is those people are thinking, if they're not retired already, they're thinking about retiring. One of the things we do a lot of business with is something called in-service non-hardship withdrawal plans. And that an in-service plan is basically you're working in service, you're working. It's not a hardship. But once the provision of the blueprint of the 401k is once you turn 59 and a half, you're able to take a portion, if not all, of the money out in your 401k and roll it over into an IRA. And I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I would say that 25 or 30% of all the business that comes in a year's time comes in that manner, because no other advisors normally talk to them yet. They don't talk to them until they're ready for retirement. And do I work with all the money? Sometimes I do. This last one, I had one last week. They had 550,000 in. We took 150 out. We needed a fixed index annuity. They're concerned about the market. They wanted more safety, and except for money market, they didn't even have a stable income fund. Except for money market, they couldn't do anything. So that's going to be about a $9,000 commission of just helping them with one portion. I hope that the rest of the money, when it comes out in 2 years when they retire, is going to be coming to me. So Steve, I don't know if Steve is back yet, but he will be coming shortly. I'm going to keep on answering questions then. And again, if you've got any questions, type them on in. I will go. One of the things was about myself. I coach you. So I coach you up on different things with Social Security claiming. It isn't just going through, if you're coaching from me, just going through the slides. I mean, there's a book that I call it the Bible. It's the absolute Bible of Social Security. I coach you up on that, and you need to be reading that. And I'll tell you right now that is a great resource to get when we're coaching together. Yeah, I'm sorry for the wait here, but yeah, the slide is up. Would you like more information on Social Security coaching? And if you mark yes, Brady Pelzer will call you today. So please take his call. If you mark yes, take the call today. And he'll get on my calendar and your calendar 15, 20 minutes. This is very low pressure. I'm not trying to pressure you into anything. I'm just trying to see what you're doing for marketing, what your knowledge on Social Security is. But I'll promise you, if you make a little bit of effort on your part and with my help of coaching, we can get you really talking more Social Security and finding more production money for you to work with. Steve, I want to hand this over to you. I did answer some questions. There was a question on Social Security seminars, so I went into that about the pricing and so forth.
Yep.
And there was another question about transitioning that I answered, and I know there's still a couple questions left for us to answer before we go today.
Yeah. So I don't know if how you maybe it's Peter. So Peter had a question about generally speaking. He was looking for more information regarding the file and suspend strategy and how that works. Can you talk about that for just a second?
Well, file suspend, of course, is gone on a couple, but it's still around on a couple who is married and then there's a death. So there's deceased within that couple. What happens is that in simple terms, this is how it works: is that you've got a married couple, and you've got the husband that dies first, which is normal. Then what happens is that the wife will look at that. Let's say that it's $800 for the wife, and it's 2,000. Hey, Steve, can you bear with me for a second here?
Of
I'm
course.
sorry. I just go ahead and fill in. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Dave, you got called away for just a moment. So I see there are other questions here that are more around kind of how to work with Social Security claiming, how to get in front of people with Social Security claiming it. Obviously, we've talked about radio, we've talked about seminars. Those are the two primary ways, that you can talk about your expertise if you have a Facebook page, and you're generally going to get, depending on who who's liking you on Facebook, you're generally going to get people that it's just an area of so much interest in and such financial import to folks that are in that 60 plus range, that you're going to get some engagement on that. Obviously, Dave probably mentioned this while I was away, but when he goes through his radio show, at least once per show, his call to action is, hey, if you need some help with your Social Security claiming, but that's a call to action that always generates him an appointment or two on his radio show. So is there are there ways to get that information, that you have that expertise out there that are other than seminars and radio? Facebook certainly is a way. LinkedIn, word of mouth is a way. Once people understand that you can help them to maximize their Social Security benefits, I don't want to say people are going to be beating a path to your door, but you'll get the occasional question. To have that to be considered in your area, somebody that can help is a really good thing.
No, Steve, Steve, you are so right. I'll tell you, so many advisors look at Social Security and say, well, how would you make money from Social Security? Well, the thing is, when you go through, and I call it the 5 pillars of income, but you go through wages, pensions, but then you go through the investable assets. I uncover every investable asset they have uncovered, and they're willing to get to me because I got to see, first of all, why would I need that for Social Security claiming? Do they have enough income coming in through investable assets and income sources where we could delay Social Security? Yeah, they may. Social Security Administration will not ask that. Hey, I'm sorry about that delay. I'm going to go back and answer that question on file and suspend. So with someone who dies within a married couple, what happens is that or let's go back. Say they pass away. If that person, say your benefit, if you let it grow, would be bigger than that person's, you can take the widow's benefit, even if it's at a discount, let yours grow and grow and grow, even all the way up to 70. Earn those delayed retirement credits of 5%, or of 8%, I mean, but it grows and grows. You can turn on, even though you took it early, you can take your own benefit later at no discount whatsoever if it's past full retirement age. So you have a lot more benefits with survivors, a lot more benefits with divorced. If you have a divorced survivor, that's like the grand slam. There's all kinds of things you could do. Many of those benefits are left on the table, and you don't get any kind of correspondence from the Social Security Administration saying, "Hey, you left money on the table. Here's what you should do." It just isn't going to happen, and so you got to look out after yourself. So that's why so many people come into an appointment to find out for them, how do I maximize? How can I get the best bang for the buck out of my Social Security benefit?
So Tori asks, and the question in general is around COLA benefits, and does that affect someone's decision as to whether they should take benefits now or take benefits later? The fact that now we see where the cost of living benefits are, recently, I mean, they were pretty flat for a while there,
Yeah.
obviously, and that's probably what she's referring to, because now I mean, they're talking about, pretty substantial COLA increases.
I would say no, but you know what? If you were thinking about taking or waiting the next year, and then all of a sudden, COLA instead of adding 2%, it adds another 3.9% to 5.9. I don't think it should make a difference of what the COLA is, but this is a high COLA, highest one in 39 years, and Steve, it could even be higher next
Next
year.
year, yeah.
If things
Sounds
stay
like
like
it.
they're saying. I would say probably not, but if they were thinking about taking them, and could this nudge them over the edge, it's a possibility. But I've not really heard where, because COLA is so high, I thought I would take it this year. That doesn't really come on that much at
No.
all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tori, if there's a follow-up question to that, certainly go ahead and type it in. There are a couple other questions here, which I would encourage you, if it's a matter of, hey, I've got a really specific question, go ahead and hit yes on that poll, and you can get a chance to talk with Dave. And by the way, when you have a call, I mean, Dave has a team, but Dave does the works, or does the facing stuff regarding Social Security. So his team is his backup to make sure you help. If you're doing seminars, we get those set up properly for you and all that. But so you will be speaking with Dave, and I know that question has come up in a couple of Brady's calls. So Dave, yes, Dave does have a staff, but he handles all the upfront stuff, and he'll be the one having the conversation with you when you call in. So, which is a great benefit, because Dave is like you all, just looking to grow his business every day, just like you are, and has some insights into what has worked and what has not worked. And I know Dave talked about some of the five pillars that always comes up. Is, there's always somebody that's done some Social Security claiming seminars, or somehow was out and then had a hard time converting that interest to, you know how do I get from there to talking to them about business, and that transitioning. I would say that's a 70, probably a good 35% of the training value is that understanding of how to get around the corner, not just saying, okay, here's how your Social Security benefits are going to work, and here's what's best to do, but how do you mix that in with your full financial plan? And Dave has perfected that because he had to. That's how. I know, Dave, you remember after you did your first few seminars, you're like, boy, there's a lot of people here, but how do I get around
Yeah.
how do we start talking about business?
Oh,
And
you're
what,
right. Oh, you're so right. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I think that we have answered. If you don't mind, let me just do one more quick check, but it looks like we've answered. Yes, so we will have this. This is available. This webinar is available to you as a recording. So the slides themselves are not, but if you want to hear the webinar again, you can, and you can. Sometimes there's just a part of it you want to listen to. Well, if you got the recording, you can speed through it. It does take about 2 hours for us to get it available, and then we'll have it out on our YouTube site, and you'll also get an email that offers it to you as well. So the bottom line is you will have access to that recording uh, after the event. Dave, is there anything else that you think we need to touch on to help the folks that have taken some time out of their schedule to join us today?
Yeah, I'm not just saying this, but I really do believe a 15-minute phone call might be the most important 15-minute phone call that you've had this entire year when it comes to production. So Social Security claiming, I'm talking about production, added production. Yeah, mark yes on that. Let's talk. Let me give you some ideas. I think you'd be very surprised at what you hear. I'd love to talk with you.
Yep. Well, we got a lot of people. Everybody that's voted says yes, but I think you're just afraid to put no on a poll, which is, I will say again, that's perfectly fine. Dave would tell you that there are plenty of people that have interest. It's nothing bad about not having
Right,
interest, but
right.
whatever we do to help you here at IAMS, we are definitely interested in helping you be successful. Hopefully you've determined that from your other interactions with us. We know that when things are working for you and you're getting where you want to be, that helps us get to where we want to be. And that's a driver of our business around here for 36 years. So don't hesitate to give us a call, or you have our number. It's 800-255-5055. You can ask for a sales director. You can ask for myself. I'm still here day to day and picking up the phone when it rings, just like everybody. So that's the kind of the mission of our business, is to be there when you need us. So, Dave, is there anything that you want to add as we close up?
No, hey, just have a great week. And remember, there's a difference between being busy and being productive. And good luck on being productive.
Great stuff as always, Dave. Thank you for joining us here today, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you on our webinars and chatting with you in person. Thank you.
Bye now.